Michael rushed out of his two-story suburban house early in the morning. He tugged at his tie while balancing his briefcase in one hand and his coffee thermos in the other. "Bye, Lisa. I'll grab breakfast at the office. I'm running late today," he called over his shoulder as he hurried down the porch steps. From inside the kitchen, his wife's cheerful voice answered, "All right, honey." Michael jogged down the block toward the subway station, his mind already racing through the long list of meetings scheduled for the day. But halfway there, a sudden thought stopped him in his tracks. "I left it on the dining table." Frustrated, he turned back immediately, muttering under his breath. When he reached his house again, something felt off. The front door wasn't shut properly. It was slightly open, swaying just a little with the morning breeze. Michael frowned. Lisa never left the door like that. A chill crawled up his spine as he stepped closer. Carefully, he pushed the door open just enough to peek inside. What he saw made his whole body freeze. He looked too comfortable, like he belonged there, and beside him was Lisa, laughing softly at something he had said. The sight stabbed Michael right in the chest. His throat tightened, but he didn't make a sound. He didn't storm in or shout. Instead, he slipped quietly through the door, grabbed his laptop from the dining table, and walked back out. His hands shook as he clutched the bag. Every step away from the house felt heavier than the last. At the office, Michael buried himself in work, but it was useless. He stayed at his desk long after his coworkers had left, the hum of the fluorescent lights filling the empty space. He stared at the screen, not really seeing it, as the betrayal replayed again and again in his mind. Lisa's laughter with that stranger echoed in his ears. The woman he trusted with his whole life had torn it apart in seconds. By the time he finally drove home, it was late. The house was quiet, warmly lit, just like any other night. Lisa greeted him at the door with her usual bright smile, her eyes sparkling. "I really missed you today." "Why were you so late?" she asked, her voice soft and affectionate, as though nothing was wrong. Michael looked at her, but the warmth in his eyes was gone. His voice was low, cold. Lisa blinked in surprise. Michael set his briefcase down slowly and took a deep breath. "Look, I don't want to make a scene tonight, but tomorrow morning, pack your things. Go to that lover you sneak into this house after I leave for the office." Her smile faded instantly. For a moment, her face was frozen in shock. Then, instead of apologizing or denying it, she lifted her chin and spoke calmly, almost boldly. "But don't forget, I want my share of the property too." Michael let out a bitter laugh and shook his head. "Mom was always right about you. She saw through you long before I did. All the property is in my mother's name. Now shut your mouth and leave her house." Lisa's expression hardened. Anger flickered across her face, but she stayed silent. For the first time, Michael felt a strange, bitter sense of relief. The betrayal still cut deep, but at least the mask was gone. The woman he thought he knew was gone forever. As he turned away from her, one thought echoed in his mind. Better the painful truth than living in a lie.